my beloved child, hear me now. Fortnight to April 18, 2025 is no ordinary night. It is a sacred moment, a divine intersection where the heavens pause, and the earth trembles in anticipation of what I am about to do in you and through you. This is not a fleeting whisper of hope or a passing breeze of comfort. It is the thundering declaration of your rebirth, the moment when the old chains shatter, and I breathe into you a new life, a life pulsating with my divine purpose, radiant with my glory, and eternal in its scope. I am not merely altering your circumstances or rearranging the fragments of your story. I am resurrecting your very soul, calling forth the fullness of who I created you to be before the foundations of the world were laid. Feel the weight of my presence pressing upon your spirit, for I am here, not distant, not silent, but near, closer than the air you breathe. I am dismantling every barrier that has held you back, every lie that has bound you, every wound that has scarred your heart. I am healing you, restoring you, and rewriting your story with the ink of my redemption. The past, with its heavy burdens, its regrets, and its sorrows, is no longer your master. It is a fading echo, a shadow dissolving in the brilliance of my light. I declare over you a fresh chapter, written not in the dust of human striving but in the eternal grace of my love. Every line of this chapter is infused with my favor, every sentence a testament to my faithfulness, every paragraph a song of my unending devotion to you. You have wandered through valleys deep and dark, where the air was thick with despair and the path seemed lost in shadow. You have endured nights that stretched beyond endurance, where the stars seemed hidden and the dawn a cruel myth. But now, behold the dawn of a new era. I am the God who commands the morning, who speaks light into darkness, and I say to you, arise, for your night is over. Your heart, once weary and burdened, I now renew with the fire of my love. I am restoring its rhythm, aligning its beat with the pulse of my own heart, so that every moment of your life resounds with my purpose. No longer shall you walk in circles of defeat, chasing shadows or fleeing fears. I am rebirthing your path, carving roads through the wilderness, streams through the desert, and lighting your way with the radiance of my glory. The hope I place within you is no fragile spark, easily extinguished by the winds of adversity. It is an unquenchable flame, brighter than the sun at its zenith, steadier than the stars in their ancient dance. This help is not anchored in the fleeting promises of the world, which shift like sand and crumble like dust. It is rooted in my eternal word, which spoke creation into being, which holds the universe in its grasp, which never fails. I am the God who calls things that are not as though they were, and I call you mine, my beloved, my chosen, my heir. This hope is your birthright, your shield, your song in the night. It will carry you through storms, lift you above trials, and guide you into the fullness of my promises. Step forward now, not with the hesitation of one who doubts, but with the radical faith of one who knows me. The miracles awaiting you are not distant dreams, locked away in some far-off future. They are imminent realities, poised to break forth like rivers bursting through a dam. I have gone before you, preparing places you cannot yet imagine, places of influence, of rest, of abundance. I am aligning hearts you have not yet met, knitting together relationships that will strengthen and sustain you. I am unlocking doors no man can shut, gates of opportunity, gates of healing, gates of destiny. This is your divine reset, a sacred pause in the cosmos where heaven bends low to crown you with favor. The angels stand at attention, their wings trembling with anticipation. The universe leans in, its rhythms synchronized with my will. All of creation whispers your name, echoing the truth that I am about to do a new thing, and it will be marvelous in your eyes. Do not shrink back in fear, for fear is a liar, a thief that seeks to steal the inheritance I have secured for you. The same power that raised Christ from the dead, that shattered the grave and silenced death's boast, now surges within you. This is not a borrowed strength or a temporary gift, it is the very life of my Spirit, dwelling in you, equipping you to walk in authority, to speak with boldness, and to love without limits. You are not a bystander in my kingdom, not a spectator in the story I am writing. You are a participant, a co-laborer, a vessel of my glory. The trials you endured were not your end but your preparation. They were the fire that refined you like gold, the hammer that shaped you into a masterpiece, the wind that strengthened your roots. Now, I am releasing you not as a wounded survivor, limping through life, but as a radiant conqueror, anointed to bring light where darkness reigns, to speak life where death has whispered lies, to build where destruction has torn down. Embrace this moment with uncontainable joy, for joy is your weapon, your proclamation that the enemy's schemes have failed. Joy is the song that rises from a heart set free, the dance that tramples the ashes of what was. I am doing a new thing, and it springs forth now, new mercies, new opportunities, new strength. You are no longer who you were, defined by the labels of the world or the wounds of the past. You are who I say you are, my masterpiece, crafted with intention, imbued with purpose. You are my chosen one, set apart for greatness, not by the measure of human ambition but by the measure of my calling. You are my voice to the nations, a herald of my truth, a bearer of my love. The seeds of greatness I planted within you are now breaking through the soil. They were sown in the quiet moments, in the tears you shed, in the prayers you whispered when no one else heard. They were watered by my faithfulness, nurtured by my presence, guarded by my hand. Now, the harvest is coming, and it will astonish even you. The dreams you thought were dead are stirring. The gifts you buried are resurfacing. The vision you set aside is sharpening into focus. Trust in my timing, for I am never late, never hurried, always perfect in my ways. Lean into my presence, for there you will find peace that surpasses understanding, wisdom that confounds the wise, strength that defies the odds. Let your spirit soar on the wings of this new beginning, for I have removed the weights that held you down, the fears that clipped your wings. The best is not behind you, locked in memories of what might have been. The best is before you, unfolding in ways that will leave you in awe of my goodness. I am the God of surprises, the God of more than you can ask or imagine. I delight in exceeding your expectations, in turning your mourning into dancing, in transforming your scarcity into abundance. This is your night of transformation, a holy threshold where you cross from what was into what will be. Receive it with open hands, believe it with a steadfast heart, and step into the fullness of your new life here, for I am with you, and I will never let you go. Let us linger for a moment on the wilderness you have walked through, for it holds lessons that will anchor you in the days ahead. The wilderness was not a punishment, though it may have felt like one. It was not a detour, though the path seemed aimless at times. It was a sacred space, a crucible where I met you in your vulnerability, where I stripped away what was temporary to reveal what is eternal. In the wilderness, you learned to hear my voice above the clamor of the world. You learned to trust my provision when resources were scarce. You learned to worship me not for what I could give but for who I am. Do not despise those days, for they were the soil in which I planted the seeds of your destiny. They were the forge in which I shaped your character. They were the canvas on which I painted the first strokes of your redemption. Now, the wilderness is giving way to the promised land, not a place of ease, where challenges vanish, but a place of purpose, where every challenge is met with my strength. This promised land is not defined by geography but by intimacy with me. It is the space where my spirit flows through you without hindrance, where my glory rests upon you like a mantle, where my kingdom advances through your obedience. Here, you will see the fruit of your faith, the reward of your perseverance, the fulfillment of my promises. I am leading you into a season of abundance here, not merely of material wealth, though I am able to provide beyond measure, but of spiritual richness, where your soul prospers, your relationships flourish, and your impact ripples through generations. The enemy has whispered lies to you, and I see the wounds they have left. He told you that you are not enough, not strong enough, not wise enough, not worthy enough. He pointed to your failures and called them your identity. He magnified your fears and called them your future. But I am the God of truth, and I say to you, those lies are dust, scattered by the breath of my word. You are enough, not because of your own merits but because I have declared you so. Your failures are not your identity, they are stepping stones to victory, covered by my grace. Your fears are not your future, they are shadows fleeing before my light. I am rewriting the narrative the enemy tried to impose on you, replacing his accusations with my affirmations, his curses with my blessings, his despair with my hope. Do you remember the story of my servant Joseph, sold into slavery, imprisoned for righteousness? The pit and the dungeon were not his end but his preparation. I was with him in the darkness, weaving a story of redemption that would save nations. So it is with you. The places where you felt abandoned were the places where I was nearest. The moments when you felt broken were the moments when I was making you whole. I am the God who redeems, who restores, who makes all things new. What the enemy meant for harm, I am turning for good. What he meant to destroy, I am using to build. What he meant to silence, I am amplifying into a shout of praise. Now, I call you to boldness. The world is hungry for truth, weary of falsehood, desperate for light. You are not called to blend into the shadows, to shrink from the spotlight, to whisper when you could shout. You are called to stand, to speak, to shine. The authority I have given you is not rooted in your own strength but in my name. When you speak, it is my voice that echoes. When you act, it is my hand that moves. When you love, it is my heart that overflows. Do not fear the faces of men, for I am your shield. Do not tremble at the size of the task, for I am your strength. Do not hesitate at the weight of the calling, for I am your sustainer. Think of my servant Esther, a woman who seemed ordinary, yet I placed her in a palace for such a time as this. She risked everything to speak truth, and through her courage, I delivered my people. So it is with you. You may feel small, but I have placed greatness within you. You may feel unprepared, but I have equipped you with all you need. You may feel afraid, but I am your courage. Step into the palace I have prepared for you, not a palace of stone, but a platform of purpose, where your words, your actions, your life will shift the course of history. I spoke earlier of joy, and I return to it now, for joy is the heartbeat of this new season. Joy is not the absence of sorrow but the presence of me. It is the laughter that rises when you see my faithfulness. It is the song that spills from a heart set free. It is the dance that celebrates victory before the battle is fully won. Dance, my child, upon the ashes of what was. Dance upon the ruins of the enemy's plans. Dance upon the grave of your old self, for I have raised you to new life. Let your joy be a testimony, a beacon, a weapon that shatters the darkness. The world will see your joy and wonder at its source, and you will point them to me. I am the God who turns mourning into dancing, who trades ashes for beauty, who exchanges heaviness for praise. The sorrows you carried are being transformed. The losses you endured are being redeemed. The dreams you buried are being resurrected. I am not a God of subtraction but of multiplication, not of diminishment but of increase. What you offer to me in faith, I return to you pressed down, shaken together, running over. Your small seed of trust will yield a harvest beyond measure. Your mustard seed faith will move mountains. Your single step of obedience will open oceans. You are not alone in this journey. I have surrounded you with others who carry my heart, who share your calling, who will walk beside you in this new season. These are not random connections but divine appointments, relationships I have orchestrated to strengthen you, challenge you, and reflect my love back to you. Look for them, for they are nearer. Some you already know, others you will meet in the days ahead. Together, you will build something greater than any one of you could build alone. You will be a community of destiny, a family of faith, a body that moves as one under my direction. Honor these relationships, for they are precious in my sight. Speak life to one another, bear one another's burdens, celebrate one another's victories. Where there has been division, I am bringing unity. Where there has been betrayal, I am bringing healing. Where there has been isolation, I am bringing connection. You are my body, and no part is insignificant. The hand cannot say to the foot, I have no need of you. The eye cannot say to the ear, you are not important. Every part is vital, every role is sacred, every life is a thread in the tapestry of my kingdom. Let me paint for you a vision of what lies ahead, not to overwhelm you but to ignite your faith. I see you standing in places of influence, not for your own glory but for mine. I see you speaking words that shift atmospheres, words that heal hearts, words that dismantle strongholds. I see you extending hands of compassion to the broken, offering hope to the hopeless, showing love to the unloved. I see you creating a weather through art, through words, through innovation, through service here because you are made in my image, and I am the creator. I see you thriving, not merely surviving, because I have come that you might have life and have it abundantly. This vision is not a fantasy but a reality I am unfolding. It will not come without effort, for I call you to partner with me, to co-labor in the work of my kingdom. But the effort will not be a burden, for my yoke is easy, and my burden is light. The work will not be in vain, for I am the God who rewards those who diligently seek me. The path will not be without obstacles, but I am the God who makes a way where there seems to be no way. Trust me, follow me, and watch as I turn the impossible into the inevitable. Above all, know this, I am with you. This is not a promise I make lightly, nor one I will ever break. I am with you in the quiet moments, when your heart whispers prayers only I can hear. I am with you in the loud moments, when the world clamors for your attention. I am with you in the victories, celebrating your faithfulness. I am with you in the struggles, carrying you through. My presence is your anchor, your compass, your home. No matter where this new season takes you, no matter what challenges arise, no matter how high you soar or how low you fall, I am there. This is my covenant with you, sealed not with ink or stone but with the blood of my Son, Jesus. Through him, you are not merely forgiven but adopted, not merely saved but empowered, not merely loved but commissioned. He is the way to me, the truth that sets you free, the life that flows through you. Cling to him, abide in him, and you will bear fruit that remains, fruit that glorifies me, fruit that blesses the world. Now, my child, the invitation is before you. Will you step into this new life, this divine reset, this sacred calling? Will you leave behind the old garments of fear, shame, and doubt, and clothe yourself in the righteousness I provide? Will you take my hand and soar on the wings of my spirit, trusting me to lead you to heights you cannot yet see? The choice is yours, but know that I have already chosen you. I have already called you by name. I have already prepared the way. This is your night of transformation, April 18, 2025, a night when the heavens declare my glory, when the earth resounds with my praise, when your life becomes a living testimony of my power. Receive it with faith, embrace it with joy, believe it with certainty, and step into the fullness of your new beginning. For I am with you, always, forever, and I will never let you go. And now, my precious child, as you stand at the threshold of this divine new beginning, I invite you to pause for a moment, not just with your body, but with your soul. Breathe in deeply. Let the burdens you've carried fall at my feet. Let every fear dissolve, every doubt be silenced. For this is not an ordinary moment. This is a sacred encounter, a holy unveiling, a divine appointment with your destiny. Let these words sink deep into your spirit, not as mere encouragement, but as eternal truths carved into the heavens on your behalf. You have waited, you have endured, and you have fought battles no one saw. I was there. In every silent tear, in every sleepless night, in every breath you struggled to take here, I was there. My eyes never left you, not for a single moment. I saw your faith even when it was fragile. I heard your whispered prayers when your voice trembled. I counted every tear and stored them as seeds, seeds that are now blossoming into a harvest of glory. You have cried in private, but I am about to reward you in public. Your secret place of suffering is about to become the platform of your testimony. This is your moment, your holy reset, your divinely orchestrated rebirth. I, the Lord your God, have stepped into your situation. I have turned the tide. The battles that have drained you will no longer define you. The pain that once paralyzed you will now propel you. This is not just a season of relief, for it is a divine shift into an era of glory. My glory shall surround you like a shield. My favor shall chase you like the dawn. Where there was once darkness, my light shall shine with a brilliance the world cannot ignore. Every step you take from this moment on is ordered by my hand. You are not wandering, you are walking in purpose. You are not lost, you are led. Even when you don't understand, I am still guiding you. Even when the path seems uncertain, I have already made a way. Impossibilities will bow to my name. Doors that no man could open shall swing wide before you. I will make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. What was once barren will now bloom. What was once broken will now be beautiful. Your past no longer has authority over you. It is not your prison, it is your platform. The mistakes you made, the pain you endured, the wounds you heeded, all of it has been transformed in my hands. I have woven your story into a tapestry of redemption. You are not your failures. You are not your scars. You are not your shame. You are my beloved. You are my redeemed. You are a new creation, born of grace and crowned with purpose. The world will look at you and wonder at the radiance you carry. But it is not a glow of human strength or self-made success, it is the unstoppable, uncontainable light of my spirit within you. It is the light that shines in the darkness and cannot be overcome. You are a living miracle, a walking declaration that I am God, and with me, all things are possible. You are a testimony of what my love can do. You are proof that heaven touches earth. The doors I open for you will leave no room for doubt. They will be so divine, so undeniable, that you and everyone around you will know it was I, the Lord, who did it. You will not need to strive or manipulate or beg. I will open doors that no man can shut. I will align the right people, the right opportunities, the right resources. I will remove every barrier, every obstacle, every limitation. And when my blessings pour out upon you, they will not be contained. They will overflow. They will spill into every corner of your life, your relationships, your finances, your health, your purpose. They will touch not only you but generations yet unborn. I bless you so you may be a blessing. I fill you so that others may drink from the overflow. I heal you so that others may see and believe. You are not an accident. You are a divine appointment. You are chosen, set apart, called by name. I have engraved you on the palms of my hands. I have written your name in my book of life. I have surrounded you with angels and assigned them to your cause. They are moving even now, clearing the path, warring on your behalf, preparing the way. You are my vessel, my voice in a world that is desperate for hope. I have entrusted you with light in a world full of shadows. I have anointed you for such a time as this. So rise up, my beloved. stand tall. Walk boldly. This is not the time to shrink back in fear. This is the time to step forward in faith. I have equipped you, empowered you, and entrusted you. Everything you need, I have already provided. Every weakness you feel, I have already covered. Let no fear hold you back. Let no lie weigh you down. Let no voice but mine guide you forward. The enemy will whisper, but I will roar. My voice will thunder over your life. My truth will silence every lie. My love will cast out every fear. I am your shepherd. I am your defender. I am your father, your friend, your fortress. The time of waiting is over. The time of fulfillment is here. The promises I spoke over your life are now coming to pass. Not one word I have spoken will return void. I am faithful to complete what I began. I do not tease you with hope, I anger you in it. And as you take your first steps into this glorious new season, know that all of heaven rejoices over you. The angels celebrate. The saints cheer. Heaven resounds with joy. And I, your God, stand with open arms, saying, "Well done, my faithful one. Enter into the joy I have prepared for you." You did not quit. You did not give up. You held on when everything told you to let go. You believed when nothing made sense. You trusted me when the answers didn't come. And now, beloved, I honor your faith. Now, my child, if your heart burns with faith, if your spirit leaps with agreement, if you believe that this word is for you, do not let this moment pass in silence. Declare it with your lips. Seal it with your faith. Type Amen now. For your Amen is the key that unlocks the fullness of this promise in your life. Let it be your battle cry. Let it be your proclamation of trust. Let it be your surrender to my perfect will. When you type Amen, you are not just agreeing with me, you are activating the power of this word in your life. You are releasing angels to work on your behalf. You are aligning yourself with the destiny I have ordained for you. So do not delay. Do not let doubt steal this from you. Type Amen now. Watch as I move mountains. Watch as I part seas. Watch as I turn your mourning into dancing. Amen is not just a word, it is your faith in action. It is your yes to me, and my yes back to you. It is heaven and earth meeting in agreement. It is the door swinging wide open. It is the chains falling off. It is the beginning of a new era. So come, beloved. Come boldly. Let the heavens hear your voice. Type Amen, and let your new life begin. This is your holy moment. This is your sacred transition. This is your divine awakening. Now type Amen, and step into your destiny. Your Father, your God, your forever love,